call the East Cocalico Township Supervisor meeting for April 2nd to order. Please rise and pledge allegiance to the flag, and please remain standing. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please remain silent for a moment of silence. Last month, we had two wonderful people in this township, our family, die. Officer Brennan Lead was killed off duty in a traffic accident, terminating career service to the community he loved. Also, Elizabeth Dorneman, the township financial administrator, passed away from complications from cancer treatment. Liz served this township for almost 30 years. She was the heart and soul of East Cocalico Township and a sweeter person you had never met. Our thoughts and prayers go out for those families. Thank you. We're doing something different today. Be seated. We're doing live video because of the pandemic. If you're watching this, please email the township at township@eastcocalicotownship.com so we have an idea of all the people that attended the meeting by video.
And make sure your name's in the email.
Okay, also be sure your name's in the email. Okay, we had executive sessions. We had held an executive session Thursday, March 12th for personnel matters. We had an executive session March 16th for personnel matters. We held on Friday, March 20th, emergency executive session. And on Wednesday, March 25th, we had executive for personal matters. Past meeting minutes. So I'm looking the approval of the meeting minutes for March 5th meeting. Any corrections to those minutes?
No.
I'm looking for a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Any comments or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. The meeting for March 19th was canceled because of the pandemic. Police report.
Morning. I'm going to be brief. I would just like to thank the community and the township for everyone reaching out, giving their condolences in reference to Officer Lee. We are working through this time, and we appreciate all the thoughts and prayers that went out for us and for Officer Lee's family. Regarding the COVID-19, our department is appreciative of the individuals in the community that are heeding the governor's order and are using common sense in reference to their travel, and we have seen a decline in any issues. We appreciate the businesses cooperating as they have so far. We have a new system for reporting. If someone would like to report a non-emergency incident, they can go on our Crime Watch page and they can report that through the Crime Watch page. It's just another avenue to have our officers receive the calls without having to make direct contact. Otherwise, we are taking precautions in reference to scheduling, and we are working through that with the cooperation of the officers and adjusting things. So that concludes my report.
Okay. Any questions of the chief?
Yeah, Chief, just, in the news, there's been, the state police have been out warning businesses for being open throughout the state, I guess. What are your observations here in our community?
All the calls that we have received in reference to businesses, we have made contact, and the business is either on the list of exemptions or has applied and received a waiver We have a number of businesses in the area that have received waivers from the governor's office or from DCED. Everyone's been very cooperative. We have taken the approach where I have been the one, for the most part, to go out and talk to the businesses, talk to the HR departments or the management, and everyone has been super cooperative. We have not had to issue any type of warnings, obviously not cited anyone for anything. But all the businesses seem to understand that they had a deadline to apply for the waivers, and they have applied. So, again, I appreciate the cooperation in regards to that.
Some of the other talk throughout the community is this actionable calls up or down or same as normal or?
Definitely down.
Okay.
In the community, and I think you're seeing this across the board. People are taking heed to what is going on and being very cooperative in reference to that. Again, the travel ban there's several exemptions in that, and we do see a significant decrease in traffic through the area. So I believe that people are heeding the warning, staying home, only going out for those essential things that they have been doing.
That's all good news.
Thank you, Chief.
Absolutely.
Zoning Officer Tony.
Yes, good morning, everybody. I'll keep it very short and sweet. You do have a copy of last month's report, and I will give a full report for the month of April at our next meeting, for March. Just to add to that, we did have a busy month in January. We did have 5 new single-family homes that were permitted, a total of 26 permit applications, 20 issued, 20 in review. 20 issued, 4 in review, and 16 for pickup. Other than that, the Township Zoning Office has been busy as usual. We're conducting paperwork and processing paperwork, but obviously very limited access to the public. But as soon as this situation moves on, I'm sure my office will be hit pretty hard and heavy with more paperwork and more permits to get people working on that. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them for you.
Any questions? Tony?
Tony, just a couple of questions so we can get it out there for the public.
Sure.
So there is a list of, the chief mentioned that there is a list of businesses that are allowed, I guess, considered vital, right?
Correct.
So we have that list out on our website, and that's available in multiple locations.
I'm not positive of that. The governor's list on what should and shouldn't be open is accessible through the link on our website.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's what I mean. So the link's there. And then, as the chief said, so your office, I'm sure, is staying on top of which ones are and which ones aren't, and which ones are able to operate under a waiver.
Correct. I've gotten a couple of calls on operations at particular businesses, and they had applied for waivers, and they were looking for some assistance from the Township Zoning Office in getting those waivers processed in an expeditious manner. We did reach out to Senator Armand's office on a particular issue last week. That waiver was already admitted, it was submitted by the contractor for this particular job, and they have yet to receive an answer. So I have been in contact with the business, and as soon as they get their approval, they'll make me aware of it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I was informed we should give 30 seconds for the public to comment. Any public comment for the zoning officer? Also would like to, I missed this beginning of the meeting. It was published in the Lancaster newspaper that today's meeting is at 9 a.m. by YouTube, and our meeting April 16th will be at 9 a.m. on YouTube also because of the pandemic. This has been advertised in the Lancaster paper, so I didn't say it sooner. The board has a roadmaster report. I guess if you have any comments or questions, we'll give them the
Yep, you have that in front of you, just to let you know that they are, all of our gentlemen are working. They have taken precautions to disinfect their equipment and where they're working at. They are performing duties separately. They do have their own individual trucks, so we are taking the precautions necessary to keep them apart.
Thank you. List of bills.
Okay, on the list of bills, from March 2nd, there was $31,696.15 from the general fund. And on March 20th, there was $27,696.94 from the general fund. $33,715 from the state fund, and $13,001
That should say light fund.
light fund, excuse me,
No, the next last one. You're reading
Last
now.
the last one. I was getting to that.
My bad.
Not a problem. $13,111.88 from the light fund.
Light fund, correct.
That's your list of bills.
Okay. And we'll wait 30 seconds for any comments or questions.
We should also mention that the people can phone in.
Yeah. Yeah, people can phone in to the township 717-336-1720 if they have any comments or questions.
And we will attempt to make this all come together.
Yeah, we're trying. Yes.
We did have some questions come in from the bills. So the list of the bills, they wanted to know what the period, the time and the start and the stop time was. So that first one, the March 2nd, the $31,696.15 was from our last meeting in February until March 2nd, when Elizabeth passed away. The second set of bills that were just paid on March 20th was from March 2nd to March 20th. All those bills had been paid, and your motion that you just read was ratifying that approval. The person wants to know who is Axon Enterprises, what do they do? Barry Herman Locksmith, what is it for? And who is C.S. Davidson? And we do know who asked these questions, so I will get back to them via email.
Okay.
So after I research that.
We will respond.
Yeah.
Yep, we will respond.
So, motion to pay the bills as presented.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay. Should I wait or should?
Probably don't need input at that point.
Okay.
Early
All in
on.
favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Thank you.
We're working through this.
We're working through this.
And
It's
gentlemen,
new.
we will be, probably, I hope to pay bills tomorrow.
Okay.
You know, we are putting in the list of bills now. I don't have a dollar amount for you yet, but, you know, we're doing the best we can, given our circumstances. So, I hope that you will sign those Friday or Monday, and we will ratify approval of that at our next meeting.
Standard procedure.
Yep.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Okay, land planning.
So, they did send in, Casey sent in a report, and I'm just gonna read that off to you and go through the motions then. The first one is on Paul J. Landis, it's a minor subdivision. They are seeking financial security release. The township received their updated as-built plans from the applicant's consultant on March 18th. The applicant's consultant had previously requested the full release of the financial security on January 22nd, and based on their site observations conducted by Becker and the township and review and approval of the updated as-built plans, Becker issued an email correspondence dated March 20th recommending the release of $44,261.50, which will result in a remaining security of $0. And as a result, they recommend the Board of Supervisors consider this motion. So the motion would be to authorize a $44,261.50 release in the current financial security being held by the township for Paul J. Landis minor subdivision plan, resulting in the remaining financial security being reduced to $0.
I'll make that motion. second it. Any comments or questions? All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carried.
Their next item that they have is for presidential cabinets. This is the preliminary and final land development plan. They are requesting a financial security reduction. The township received phone correspondence on March 20th requesting the release of a portion of the current financial security being held by the township related to the project. Based upon the site observations conducted by Becker issued an email correspondence dated March 27, recommending the release of $16,132.50, which will result in a remaining security amount of $54,538.25. As a result of the above, they recommend the following motion for the board to consider, and that would be a motion to authorize a $16,132.50 release in the current financial security being held by the township for presidential cabinets preliminary final land development plan, resulting in the remaining financial security being reduced to $54,538.25.
Okay, I'm looking for a motion.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. Any comments or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Thank you. Declaration of disaster emergency. COVID-19 proclamation took effect immediately Monday, March 16th. We're going to adopt the resolution 2020-03. So the motion is to adopt resolution 2020-3, a resolution of the Township of East Cocalico, Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, to ratify and confirm a declaration of emergency in response to the COVID-19 pandemic of 2020. This declaration took effect March 17th and will remain in place until rescinded. I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Any comments or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Thank you. The Martin text amendment, we'll table that to a later meeting.
Later meeting?
Yeah. Is that okay with the
Yeah,
board?
I
Because
think
they
it
can't,
should be, because they can't be here.
they can't be here. Holding tank agreement.
So what that is, gentlemen, is Mr. High, our SEO enforcement officer, sent in a permit application for Bradley Swigert at 307 Wardsville Road for an application for a sewage system to utilize a holding tank. The property at his location is very small, and with the location of the well and the neighbor's well, it's impossible to locate a sewage system on the property. So they are requesting and put an application for a holding tank. So that's what you have before you is their holding tank maintenance agreement and their application to install one. So, and you have a motion.
So the motion to approve the application and installation of a sewer holding tank at 307 West Sportsville Road and authorize the execution of the associated maintenance of holding tank maintenance agreement. I'll make that motion.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Any comments or questions? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carried. Thank you.
And that will be for a 4,000-gallon holding tank, just to let you know.
Okay, thank you. Okay, old business. Emergency radios, news radio discussion update. Did we hear anything from?
Next meeting.
Table that to the next meeting, okay? Cocalico School District Fuel Sharing Program.
Okay, so as you know, the school went out and they did, we've all got together, the surrounding municipalities, our police force, our firefighters, and we are going to enter in an agreement with them to purchase our fuel by joining together. The school can get very good bulk prices on the fuel. And this is just a win-win for the township and the residents as it'll reduce the cost. The current amount that we're locking clocking in at is $2.12 for diesel fuel and $2.02 for gasoline. So we did sign this agreement previously, so because we've been shut down, I need the board to ratify that via motion.
So the motion be to ratify and execute and sign of the fuel agreement between East Cocalico School District and East Cocalico Township. I'll make that motion.
And I'll second that.
Any comments or questions?
Yeah, just, I think this was just a 3-month price on this, is that the way I
This is a
read it?
3-month, the school, they have to go out to bid twice.
Yeah.
So when their school year runs from July 1 through June 30. So this is from April 1, it takes effect through June 30, these prices. And then they will go out to bid again for the full school year next year, July 1, 2020 through June 30th, 2021.
Yeah, Jeff, it's just the way it fell in their calendar.
Yeah. I would be expecting a better price till the end of June, right? It looked good several months ago, but now all of a sudden, these prices are without the road tax on them.
Yeah.
And you put the road tax on top of that. There's stations currently surrounding counties selling for under $2 a gallon with the road tax.
Yeah.
So I'd be looking for them to come back with a whole lot better price in June. So.
We didn't, okay, did we vote on it yet?
Motion's made.
Motion's made.
Yep.
Motion seconded. Okay, any other comments and questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no, motion carried, thank you. PennDOT brake retardant on state roads,
Okay,
township roads.
So at our last meeting that we held, we did have residents request that we get brake retarders put on,
Church Street and 272.
correct. So, with two associates, John Schick did send us a whole letter on what this necessary steps would be to get that signage put up. There is a whole litany of things that we must go through. So before we do that, for just the two streets, I wanted to know if the board wanted any other streets on that list. If we're gonna go through this process, we should just go through it once.
One of the criteria I noticed is grade on the roads.
Yeah.
And when you come down Church Street into Reamstown, it's a bit of a downhill slope coming to the stop sign there. They talked about a 4% grade in the specifications for that. If it exceeds 4%, well then you can't outlaw it, was the way I was reading it. I don't know if somebody has a different view on it than that.
But I think the person was talking about coming into town from the south end of town.
Yeah.
That's level there.
Yeah, the specific road that started this whole conversation was that level road at that one intersection.
Church Street.
At Church Street, right there,
Yeah.
which is, the grade's
There's no
pretty
grade.
level, right, Tony?
It is.
That's level there.
Yeah. So, so
I'm
now when
coming
you
from
open,
272, there is a little there.
yeah.
4% can fool you. It's not much.
No,
So I just,
Yeah.
maybe Chris or somebody could do a little measuring out there to make sure that it's level enough to qualify first of all. But if it's over 4%, well, that kind of takes it out of play
Yeah,
for safety reasons.
yeah. Mr. Crosswell's right, the resident lives very close to the intersection at the school.
Yeah, right next to the little
And we
bank.
all know that's pretty flat, so that's what started it, but yes.
Well, they talk about going back hundreds and hundreds of feet from
Yeah.
the stop sign.
it will-
So, I'd just like to get an elevation check on
Yeah.
that, just to
Well,
know.
we too should have that information, shouldn't they? Should they? They should.
Okay.
Yeah, that can be verified.
Yeah,
There will be a challenge, 4% is not much.
it's not much.
Okay.
At the curve there, coming into Reamstown, there could be a 4% there. But from the EC Church down, it's flat.
It's pretty flat, yeah.
Okay.
And that's where you have the highest density population right there.
Mhm. Yes, Penny?
We did get some more questions regarding our list of bills. Who is Epicor, what is the charge for Limerick, and what is the charge for principal? So what I will do is at the end of our meeting, I will answer all these questions and post that on the website, so everybody will know. I'll list the question and the answer to that, okay?
Great. Great, thank you. Okay, what's the wish of the board? Should we table this for another meeting?
Well, like I said, my whole point was, to get a list of all the roads. If we're gonna go through this process, let's do
Yeah.
it once. So please think about what roads you feel brake retarders would be beneficial on to silence them.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. What we first should do is get a list of what are the roads.
Mhm.
Then to Jeff's point,
Right.
second step in that process should then be, okay, let's
Mhm.
double check gradient, elevations, distances.
Mhm.
And then with that information, we can actually make an educated decision.
Correct.
Yep,
Correct.
I agree.
And Tony, just as you well know, on 897, there's several grades and hills there that, at my property, I hear brake retarders frequently, but there's grade there.
Yes.
It's something that we can't really control because there's hills and slopes and,
Correct.
they're doing that for safety reasons, so,
I also hear it at my house when they're hitting
yeah.
to come to the stop sign, so yeah, I
Yeah.
hear it also. It's very challenging because we do have various grade changes there on 897 and also South Ridge Road.
When you go through the stop sign there at Reinhold's going down through town, you have grades there too. Do you ever notice use of them there?
You can hear it, but that's West Cocalico.
Yeah, well, I'm aware.
But you're right, I do hear it, yes.
To your knowledge, have they done anything in Reinhold's about that, or?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay,
I think we would know if they did it.
yeah,
Yeah.
they would
I know
notify
Denver
us.
Borough did it several years back,
Yeah,
and it seems to work for the most part.
okay,
I guess the police would have any records if they've had issue violations for that.
yeah,
That would be some information, but, yeah, the challenge is 4%. It's not very much.
yeah. So,
Depends on the distance too.
Correct, yes.
okay.
Okay. MS4 discussion, tree, city. Ken?
Yeah, I did look into the process for becoming a tree city, and there are 4 qualifications for that we weren't gonna meet.
Okay.
You have to have a certain spending on trees per capita, like, I think it was $2 per person. Spending on trees, you need a tree committee of some sort,
Mhm.
but it was things that we don't have. So we have to make some significant changes in order to qualify as a tree city. And to me, it seems sort of impractical at this point.
Thank you for looking into it.
Yes. On MS4.
Yeah, MS4.
We conducted the kids' storm drain marker design contest. I went and gave presentations at the Greenstown Elementary School to the 4th graders and then to the 5th graders. And we have received back 39 submissions in the contest. I'm going to take those and get it down to 10, which then I will scan and email to the supervisors so that we can announce a winner at the next supervisors meeting.
Good.
Do you suspect that with school being postponed, terminated, canceled, that there was more entries coming, that kind of limited the numbers, or what are your thoughts?
Probably not. It was the entry sheets were handed out long enough before the school closure happened that I don't think there would be others coming at this point.
Sorry, go ahead.
So everybody that had the opportunity
Correct.
to respond did? Okay.
Maybe one of the things we should think about doing is, if you have a list of who those kids are, I think it'd be kind of nice for us and Ken to send a letter back to them, thanking them for the submissions,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
The other thing that'd be kind of nice is we could put a list of the kids who did send a submission out on our website, just so the kids can get some credit for that,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Because they may have some school volunteer hours or some school items that might help them
Sure.
during this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense. Good.
Mr. McCray, I'm delegating that to you.
Anything else, Ken?
No.
Okay, thank you very much, Ken. New business. Because of the untimely passing away of our financial administrator, we need to appoint Penny as our financial administrator to fill in till we hire a new person. So the motion be to appoint Penny Pollock as temporary financial administrator for the township.
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
I'll second. Any comments or questions? All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carried. Thank you, Penny, for stepping up and helping out, because this is, it's a lot of work.
I'm glad I had that background and could do that. so.
Not as, I'm happier about it than you are, because we'd be really in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, but I think it's also important to know we should publicly announce the bonding's all in place.
That's correct.
Everything's in place in the
Yes.
background that's required for you to step into
That's
that
correct.
to help us out right now.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep. Yes, definitely,
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to get it out there.
definitely.
And just to reiterate Alan's comments, you know, we're very fortunate to have a manager in place at this time that does have that kind of background and can step in.
Yeah.
One of the discoveries that we've come across is that Liz did things a little bit in her own way, and it's been a challenge deciphering some of those issues, and we're working through it, but with Penny's help there, we've made some great strides, and thank you for stepping in. I understand some manager responsibilities kind of got pushed a little bit to the side,
That would be correct.
but, you know, first things first, the payroll and the bills all got paid when they needed to be, and kudos to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I agree.
Yeah, sometimes people are in places for reasons,
Yes.
and, you know, I'm a firm believer that we're not always in control of everything we do.
No, we're not.
So, you know, thank you, Penny.
Yeah, thank you, Penny.
You're welcome.
Elizabeth was a sweetheart,
She was.
and
And little tiny girl, but really big shoes to fill.
yes, they are very big shoes to fill. so-
Very big shoes to fill.
Okay, thank you. Manager's report.
As you gentlemen know, I've been emailing you on a daily basis as to what I've been doing throughout the day, so you have all that. The first thing I'll go over is pen bid, the revisions to that. Because of this pandemic, we have pushed things back, so we've now extended the bid process to Monday, April 6th at 10 a.m. with the same thing with the bid opening to be done on April 27th. So that's how she has that now. So the bid opening will be April 27th, and at that time, the board can make a decision, so. The reason we had to extend that is because a lot of these businesses have to physically go to different places to obtain their certifications, and those businesses are closed. Not even sure that we'll make these dates, given the governor's latest orders. We might have to push things back again, and we'll just put it up by a year. So I did attend a PSTATS webinar. I did send you gentlemen all the details on that. One of the things regarding COVID-19, one of the things that PSTAT suggested that you go ahead, if you wanted to, you could delegate duties out right now. So by that I mean that you could already give me approval to pay bills, then we would ratify it at your next meeting. Same thing with payroll. you could authorize me to go ahead and pay people, and then we would ratify everything at our follow-up meetings. So he wanted to do that.
I think that's a good idea, because considering how dynamic this situation is right now,
Right,
yeah,
so, yeah, we need to pay our bills and pay our people.
because those are, the payroll is a standard rate,
Right.
right? I mean, that's not gonna fluctuate.
No, so, right,
And the bills are coming in, or the bills are coming
The
in.
bills that are coming in,
in.
are the- right,
so.
How does that change the structure we already have in place with Penny as the financial administrator now? We appointed her and the manager, double duty there. We're,
We sign all the checks,
yeah.
so we're always,
so there
You're
is,
checking the checks.
yeah, there is a check and balance.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
But
we already
in
have.
terms of her preparing all that and getting those
Yeah.
processed,
right.
Right. So,
Yeah, it's getting done anyway.
right,
Mhm.
right, it's just, I think it helps you in terms of streamlining on your end, you don't have to
Yes.
prepare them, get approval.
That's correct. I don't have to get approval to pay them, I can just go ahead and cut the checks. Obviously, like you both said, there are checks and balances are placed, there's many different eyes on it.
Right.
Segregation of duty is happening, so we are following the law in those manners.
And just, if we can't have a meeting, we'll approve it at the following meeting.
That's correct,
That's
that's
basically what
correct. But in the
we're doing.
meantime, we're gonna sign checks and get them out in the mail,
Correct.
so.
So,
No changes.
do we need to make a motion to that effect?
Well, I just,
Or just
And I
generally
think it's
agree?
more of a notification.
it's notification that we're
Yeah,
doing that.
Yeah, that we're doing that procedure now.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
We all agree on that?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
The electric charging stations, you do have that packet in your mail, and be honest with you, gentlemen,
Let's table that one.
can we table that? Thank you.
Table. Yep. You're not supposed to be leaving your house, you don't need to charge your car.
Same thing with the bus services to the low-income housing, we had an update on that.
Let's table that one also.
I need to review all of that stuff,
Mhm.
so.
We didn't get a price from Yarnell to install that on the lower door yet, did
We did,
I saw
it is in your packet,
we?
There's a number at the bottom there.
yep.
So
Is that something you wanted to approve?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't have that up for you, you would just like to?
Okay, the door for the stairway that comes up from the police department, that door does not have security on it. And before this COVID-19 came into effect, we had people coming in that way and coming upstairs, which breaks our security. So we got a bid from Yarnell to install that door module, a surface mount lock, access reader to that door for $1,170. So,
And just for clarification, so the public knows, that's the foyer in the police department. That foyer has the window, it has the door that enters the police department, then there's a third door there that comes up the back stairwell for our building. So we're referring
to
to
the
the
door,
third door.
third door, yeah.
That's, that door, the second door that's
Yeah,
there,
that doesn't have anything in it yet.
yeah.
And that'll be a similar setup to what we have at the front of the
Yeah.
township
Yeah.
building currently in our foyer,
Use a key fob.
coming in here.
Yeah, good point, yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. I'll make a motion, we accept the bid from Yarnell to install it on the second door.
I'll second that.
Any comments or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no, motion carried.
And Penny, or Tony, just out of curiosity, that's a necessity item, so they can come do that, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Security.
Yeah, security, yes, definitely, because we don't want people coming up the back steps.
Well, the limit of public access is not there. We need that door to be secured so you can limit public access.
So they can come do that for us.
So the last item I had to report on is the recreation board has requested that the board consider allowing them to do some fundraising events. Their exact words, "We as the Park and Rec Board are looking to hold fundraising events annually to begin with the possibility of more frequently in the future, to raise monies to be added to the dedicated fund to pay for park improvements and recreational purposes within the township." My personal thoughts on that is, we do get money in here from our developers that goes into that fund. And you do have a lot of organizations out there, young kids are selling hoagies and Christmas paper and stuff to try to raise money for their funds. And is that something the board wants to compete with?
Well, I have a question. Isn't it the purpose of the park and rec fees?
It is the purpose of the park and rec fees, and another, townships really aren't permitted to make money. Now they want to raise money, so I would have to see, if they went through with this legally, how soon would we have to spend that money? Because like I said, we're not permitted to make money.
Right, so, I guess I'm I'm bouncing this off of Jeff and Alan, but my question right now is, I'd like some more information on this one. I'm not quite sure what they're asking and how that relates to Park and Rec. And to your point, Penny, legally,
I would have to do some research on this, and right now, honestly, I'm putting that on the back burner,
okay.
in light of
Yeah.
everything that's happened within the last 3 weeks.
And do they have also a question that I would have is, do they have a target fundraising amount? Do they have the data on the back end in terms of what are their targeted projects? What are they thinking about doing?
Yeah, I think maybe the idea evolved from what Stony Point was doing, trying to raise funds for their playground. I don't know, but it's just a summation of mine. I kind of look at it that if somebody wants to raise money on their own and donate a piece of equipment to the park or a new piece of fence to the pool or something like that, that's fine. It's a donation to the township. They're doing it on their own. I don't know that we need to get involved in that part of it. The swim team's there, they can raise funds, work in conjunction with them, and donate something to the pool.
What you're describing is very much what is the catalyst here. If the catalyst is an unsolicited donation, right? I think what they're describing and asking now is the catalyst is they are proactively going out and soliciting. There's a big difference there.
Yeah. If they're going to do it, fine. I don't think the rec board should be doing it. I think an outside group should be.
Individuals.
Just because of the legalities of it all. Let some outside group do it and donate to the park or the pool, or fine. I don't.
Yes, there was a nonprofit created by the Stony Point group. Was that process completed?
No.
Because if they wanted to do fundraising, probably the way to do it would be to take that, finish the process, create an independent nonprofit to benefit the parks.
Yeah, I
They
think.
did discuss that.
Yeah, I think in summary, what we're all saying right now is there's a lot of questions here.
Yeah.
With this one.
Yeah, well, and to your point, Ken, if that's the job, well, then the Stony Point would have to finish up, and if they want to go to the pool or the Reamstown Park for some kind of improvement, well, then you can't be commingling those two. I don't think that would be an issue.
There was talk about finishing that process out to get that licensed for them to do all of that, and they were talking about changing the name from Stony Point because that was a specific thing and to make it a more generalized. So they might continue through with that process. So. But that's their decision, obviously.
Okay.
So the second item that they had, maybe Mr. Chairman, you could know more about this. They've invited contractors to the Reamstown pool to go over the scope of work to be proposed to the supervisors. That's to take place April 4th, given governor's orders. I would not have any group of people gathering at this point in time. Don't know exactly what work they
They
wanted.
discussed getting rid of the basketball court. And I'm thinking, none of the members of that board live in Ridgeview or Carriage Hill. And before they do anything at that area, they should canvass the town, those residents and see if they want the basketball court to stay there or not. They're deciding arbitrarily to get rid of the basketball court and put it part of the pool. So I think before they do anything like that, they should canvass the residents in that area and see if they want the basketball court to stay there or not. Because that's what we did with Carriage Hill.
Are they thinking about the redundancy? There's a court just down across the bridge there in the park.
Yeah, but that's the parks court, and see, that's the park. And, well, just the other week, a family with 3 kids moved in next door to me, and they've been in that court every day.
Okay.
And it's been, so I put nets up on the basketball things because they moved in and they were using it. And it's been used almost every day now since I put nets up. Even since we redid the tennis court's been used almost every day too now. So,
Kids home from school.
yeah, and they're down there every day.
Yeah.
Plus other people are coming in and playing on it, so that's my 2 cents.
Have you been playing down there yet?
No, I'm not sports oriented. I can take a car apart and fix it, but not that.
So, Mr. Chairman, since you're talking about parks, is there anything you wanted to announce regarding the parks and the pandemic?
Oh, that's right. I talked to Mike Hessian this morning in Denver. They roped off their park areas like we have it over here at Old Homestead. Like the slide and things like that, because the kids are supposed to stay 6 feet apart. Well, in those areas, they're not gonna stay 6 feet apart. So as a board, do we wanna tell our road crew to put no fence around it? We should put signs up. Mike's gonna send me a copy of the signs they put in Denver. I didn't even think of that, because the basketball thing can be far enough apart when they're playing tennis, but Old Homestead, those are,
Playground equipment would present an issue because you have large enough, if kids are there, they're touching surfaces and then
Yeah.
other kids touch the same surfaces and the transmission barrier.
Right.
If they're playing basketball,
yeah.
that isn't as big a risk.
So we have 2 park equipment over in Old Homestead, I think we can,
Well, what does that mean for Reevestown Park?
that's on ours. Yeah.
No, understood, it's a
I know.
private park.
Yeah,
However,
but, yeah.
Well,
Is there-
hopefully the board or whoever runs that park will
should there be
association to close that.
should there be a recommendation from us
Probably should.
as East
I can call
Cocalico to
Sterling.
them?
Well, you can call Sterling.
That would make sense.
You wanna call Sterling or should I ask you?
Why don't you call
Right, Penny, I mean, if we're
I agree.
discussing this, I think what we
I
should
agree.
be doing proactively,
Yeah.
right, is making a recommendation to them
Yeah.
as a township, what we think they should be doing. So that it at least keeps everything within our township, Jeff,
Yeah,
consistent,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
Um, Here's my fundamental belief on this one. This is a very difficult one, and I'm just taking a look at what a lot of other municipalities have done, and I've seen that on the news. What a lot of municipalities are doing is even the basketball courts. There are some of them that have even removed the rim and have actually removed the net around the rim, because you just can't keep 6 feet apart playing a basketball game. Okay? So if we're following, and Penny's done an excellent job, and I think that this entire, the leadership here at East Cocalico, in my opinion, has done an excellent job, and the employees in terms of staying in front of this, and how quickly we reacted. In the spirit of doing that, I really believe we should take that park, our park. I think we should mark it as closed, following CDC guidelines. Something like a tennis court, because the players are so far apart, I don't see an issue there. A basketball court, I think we should close.
Put a sign. Well, you get into the position of, you can put signs up, you can put tape, you can put snow fence, but you can't stop them from violating all that.
Agreed.
So at what point do you just put up numerous signs around there and say, well, it's posted, don't be there? You know, how far do you go with this? Good question.
Good question.
No, it's a great question, Jeff, because we're in uncharted waters right now, right? It comes down to, my opinion has always been, you guys know me well enough, is try to minimize our liability, right? And if it's closed, it's closed. People have a stay-at-home order, unless, I think it's pretty specific, it's unless they're heading out for food, medical issues, or work. And when it comes to exercise or anything like that, they can go out, they're just supposed to stay away from other people, right? I think we should actually put up caution tape, have the road crew actually close it. I really believe so. And I think what we should do is we should prepare just a recommendation letter from East Cocalico letterhead to associations such as the Reevestown Park, a couple of the other locations that we have here, just recommending this is what we're doing. We highly recommend they follow a similar process.
Stevens Fire Company has a park area.
The Stevens Fire Company is another one, so even their park area. Tony, am I missing any?
Fishing Creek Park doesn't have any equipment, you know, to speak of.
Right, because
Homestead is the primary one.
Yeah, because Ken's right. I mean, kids are kids. They play on a playground.
Yeah.
They're going to touch their eyes, their face, their mouths. They're going to play, get close to other kids.
You know, I look at the pool and there's chain link fence and barbed wire, and they've still managed to get to it times right now.
Not lately,
You make a nice effort and, you know,
Yeah, ours, I guess the way I...
just to cover our responsibility.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly right, Jeff.
Does caution tape look laughable at some point?
Not under the current orders we're all under,
Okay.
right? I think we have a responsibility to make a proactive determination, and that's what we're trying to do to the best ability we can with the current data and information we have available. Right. And you're absolutely right. Just like no matter how many laws you put in place, you're never going to stop some people from drinking and driving.
Yeah.
We can only do what we can do.
Yeah, it should absolutely be posted.
So, are you okay with that, Alan?
Yeah, well, the board.
Yeah.
Part of it.
I know.
Right, so,
What, caution tape and signs?
caution tape and signs, yeah.
Okay.
And-
Probably officially vote to close them.
Yeah, Penny, we should officially vote to close them at this point, correct?
That's correct.
The park, yeah,
Well, do you want to close the parks or just the equipment?
the equipment.
The equipment.
The equipment.
Close the
equipment.
park equipment. You know, obviously you want to leave your parks open to walk around in to get some kind of exercise. So, just close the park equipment.
And to that point, you know, Tony, you mentioned Fishing Creek. What's the status, Ken, maybe you know, a trout season?
They postponed it.
Yeah.
It's all out altogether, so
Yeah.
nobody's,
No fish.
well, it's not just because it didn't stock, doesn't mean there isn't something there.
No, and that's a great example. From what I understand, they postponed it, they canceled it strictly because of the amount of proximity as soon as they open up trout season.
Well, so that brings proximity. Basketball does require close proximity,
Right.
blocking. So
That's why.
tennis is different. Tennis is on opposite sides of the net, but maybe you want to consider the basketball courts as well.
I think we should include the basketball courts there. I really do.
Okay.
Okay.
So yes, if I could have official motion for that.
I'll make that motion.
And the details are,
The details of the motion. So I'll make the motion that we as East Cocalico Number one, close our parks.
Equipment.
Equipment.
Park
Equipment.
equipment, close the park equipment from public access. By doing so, we put up signs and caution tape to advise that that's closed and why. We also, in that motion, we should also note that on our website. And then in that motion, we also include, due to the proximity of the sport, the basketball courts. Okay? And then it wouldn't be part of, so that's the motion. And then the recommendation that we send a formal letter out
To the Reamstown Park.
to the Reamstown Park
And Stevens Fire.
and Stevens Fire Company for
We
their
also
part
do a press release.
Yeah.
to follow our example. So
Okay.
that's the motion.
Okay. I'll second that.
Any other comments or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Thank you.
Can we, since we're on the discussion of parks and everything else, and Penny, you just mentioned pool, right? So here's my question, I know it's early.
Good question, good
Never too early.
Yeah, it's never too early, that's right, Jeff. You're right. So, considering the dynamics of everything that's going on, Alan, I think we should start thinking, there's nothing to do now, we should really start thinking ahead in terms of, when do you normally start getting the pool ready and getting that open?
The middle of April.
The middle of April, okay, so now we have a stay-at-home order for the whole state that goes to the end of April.
So I'm thinking in May, open it. Take a couple, well, see, it's gonna take a couple weeks to neutralize, get the water up and get it everything clean and stuff, so.
Got it, so here's my,
So we don't, normally we open for the public Memorial Day weekend, for that weekend. And then we're closed if we don't open the school, the day after school closes.
okay, so here's my question.
Good question.
Yeah, so you can still do the preparation work behind the scenes
Yeah, but nobody there.
with no one there, okay, which still, I think do we all agree as a board should get done?
So you're saying you need 2 weeks before opening day?
More
Or
than
3
that.
weeks?
A month.
A month.
A month.
Yeah, because the
Because it's
chemicals have to
filthy.
stay,
It's filthy.
they have to be cleaned, it has to stabilize.
Yeah, you take the cover off, the water looks like turkey iced tea. And then there's leaf dirt all along the bottom,
Okay.
and to get the chemicals neutralized, it takes a while.
I guess it's good that we're talking about this now, but till we meet again in 2 weeks, it's gonna be kind of decision time, where are we gonna head with that? Whether opening day will be postponed.
Yeah.
You know, it more than likely looks like it would be at this point, but, we'll know more in 2 weeks than we know now.
Right, and that's the only reason I'm raising it now, is it's
No,
for
it's
us to
good.
think about it over the next couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
So I was thinking of calling, but then I talked to Chris about the 13th, we take the cover off, but I think we could probably wait till
Delay a week.
Day a week, well, wait till the beginning of May maybe. We can wait till the next meeting and decide then.
As long as the governor's order is in place, there's no pool opening.
Yeah.
Is, I guess, once the order is pulled eventually, will that allow the pool to open? That'd be my question.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Mitchell brings up a very good point. They've been saying all over the news that even once we get through this pandemic, it's important that people still follow the mitigation orders and to keep separate so we don't get a resurgence of this virus.
Yeah.
So that's something I think will need to be addressed.
Yeah, we'll have to look at it.
Future.
I talked to Mike this morning, he said, you don't think, probably into June before they open it up, pools, so.
Yeah, so to Penny's point, I think, personally, I think common sense is telling me they're not just going to open the floodgates. There's probably going to be a very, they're going to try to have a controlled progression of opening things up.
And they're gonna, like I said, they're still going to, plead with people to keep your distance so we don't have a resurgence of this horrible virus, so.
I guess there's plenty of ways to have transmission sources at the pool and the surrounding buildings that, I'm just putting myself in the position of a parent sending their kids there. I would say people would be reluctant and hesitant to do that, you know, even if things start to come